But let's get back to the book, because this guy right here, he knows what to do with something like this. And it is marvelous. Wow, did you see that last video? Wasn't it amazing? Oh, I enjoyed making that video. I couldn't wait to put that video together. I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. It was a wonderful experience. Oh my goodness. It was amazing. The people I got to meet, the treasures I got to bring home. Now I know a lot of you will look at this like, oh my goodness, this is just a rock. What is so great about it, Allie D? But listen, let me tell you, if you know what to do with this, this is a treasure. Because if you can manipulate this into something that reflects light in a way that you can't ignore it. You just have to look when you see it flash. And if you're wearing it, oh, it's amazing. Just me holding it up to the light, you can see the beauty in this stone. Oh my goodness. And we're going to talk about someone who knows how to take this piece of earth and transform it into something that you can't ignore. You know, something that reflects light in a way that it sparkles and shines and you can't help but look. This that's transformed into something that I can wear, something that I can hold on to for a lifetime. And it comes from where I come from. I think that is just amazing in itself. And we're going to talk about how something like this turns into something that you would find in a connoisseur's collection. Oh, but let's get back to the book, because this guy right here, he knows what to do with something like this. And it is marvelous. The studio of a gem artist. How does a kid from LA with no family background, training, or apparent access to the resources become a renowned gem artist worldwide? On the surface, there is no logic to the story. Below the surface, it's in my imagination and a never-ending perseverance at keeping at it, piece by piece, step by step, building experience and knowledge. I can look back now after 40 years and see how I arrived at this place. With this intense personal perseverance and drive, along with the many ups and downs in the early years as a gem artist, I never took no as the final answer from the so-called experts and business people of our trade to something I felt so strong about. I felt and knew in my heart I would eventually succeed at it. And succeed he has. Trust me. There was major resistance to new or innovative cutting. The industry did not understand what I started to introduce and promote back in the 80s and even through the 90s. A great example to this was a specific cut invented back in 1998. For at least the first 3 years, for at least the first 3 to 4 years, I would hear from experts such as goldsmiths or jewelry manufacturers. How do you set the stone? Or what to do with the hole in the center? This was a constant in the day that I repeatedly had to talk through and coach these so-called experts to experiment and try something new like this cut. But my point here is often how the very experts in the field can be the most resistant. Though I enjoyed some relatively small success with the cut, within the industry of designer jewelers and boutique manufacturers, I could not get the majors in our industry to try and promote in a massive way. For over 12 years, I would try and promote the concept of the cut to the industry, only to constantly come in contact with resistance and reasons why not. That was until I met my friend in 2011, and he saw something he knew was extraordinarily unique in a gemstone style and felt he could promote it. That cut went global to where in 4 years, we've sold well in excess of 60,000 pieces worldwide. Wow. The cut is now a household name with fine jewelry connoisseurs worldwide. I'm one of them. Yay. Show up, pay attention, and do the right thing. This is my mantra for gem cutting, and even more importantly, the principles I live by. I live my life by. Now, after 40 years, my addition to these 3 key principles to being a gem artist and the living of life to its fullest is, quote, often the least amount of effort can create the greatest effect, end quote. In plain English, it can be termed as elegance, the quality of ease and ingeniousness in one act. To show up means to present focused and aware of where I am at the very moment. For gem cutting, it means I need to be 100% present to start the work. To work on this natural, very rare medium that has been on this planet for at least 40 million years, I better show up, pay attention, and then do the right thing. To meditate on this concept that this very rare natural substance lay dormant in the Earth's deep caverns for millennia forces me to show up and be conscious that I am about to transform this rare mineral into an object for beauty that will live for generations to come. This is where it begins. The sense of responsibility I feel every time I cut a gemstone is immense. I need to be present and aware of my actions before I start cutting away on this very real and rare object. I take this on as a very great responsibility every time I step up to the cutting wheel. This mantra is also so true to one's life journey. One thing I've learned in life is that we often go through the motions in life, but are not always that present or aware of the moment we are standing in at that very time and place. So like gem cutting, I can see how showing up at every moment and being present for that person or situation is what calls forth 100% personal attention. Pay attention means to give my 100% attention to the moment and actions I'm undertaking in the present. That means not thinking or feeling something from the past or where I'm going later in the future. So often our mind wanders and is not fully paying attention to the action we're going through at that very moment in time. If one's mind wanders for just a second during the cutting, everything can quickly go very wrong and major mistakes can happen that one cannot recover from. So if I'm not feeling just right, anxious, stressed, or just in a funk, then I should not sit down at the cutting bench. Over the years, I've learned to know and sense if I'm in the right space to be working on something so precious as gem material. This often does not go well with my gem customers because they want their stone tomorrow, and if I'm not in the right headspace, then I have to continue to excuse myself from their work. It's a balance between doing the right thing, making my customer happy, and listening to my inner whispers as to where I am in mind, body, and emotion. You have to watch that video. It was an amazing trip. Talk about amazing trip. Wait till you see where we're going next time. Don't put your passports down because we are just getting started. Are you ready?